All right, Google Classroom teachers, there's a new feature in Google Classroom that I wanted to share with you guys. It is limited in the non-enterprise version of Google Suites, which is what we run here at Shenendehowa. So you do have a limit on it, and I will talk about that limit and some ways around it as I show you the feature. So if you are in your Google Classroom and you click on Test Sample Class, or whatever class you want to do this in, and then go to Classwork, you'll be creating a new assignment to test this feature. So if you click Create and say Assignment, you will now see a box pop up down here showing you that there's a new feature. It says Originality Reports compare text from Google Docs to text on the web. So here's our limit that we talked about. You can see a report for each Google Doc your students turn in. Students can run the report 3 times before turning it in. The other limit, which that doesn't really specify, is that as a teacher, you can only choose 3 assignments to use the Originality Report on in a classroom, which means if this was your classroom for the entire year, you would get 3 that you could run that Originality Report on. Okay, so how can you get around that? If you make a new Google Classroom for each quarter that your class is being offered, so if it's a full year course and you do it 4 times, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, then you would be able to run those Originality Reports, and I don't have enough fingers, 12 times, 3 in each quarter. Okay. Also, the advantage to doing your class quarterly, in the future, Google does have a feature, and I don't know if it's going to ever happen for us here at Shenendehowa, but it does have a feature where your gradebook in Classroom can be exported out to a student information system. So we're just waiting to find out whether this can be done with Infinite Campus when Google releases the feature out of beta testing. Okay, so that'd be a reason why you might want your grades in by quarter rather than in one gradebook for the entire year. All right, so how do we use this feature? It's really, from a teacher's perspective, fairly easy. You're just going to click Got It. You're going to check this box here and select the feature. In order to do that, you have to give your assignment a title, Sample Originality Report. Okay, so fix my poor typing. And then notice we can check the box. Now it says you can enable Originality Reports on 3 assignments per class. Okay, once you do this, it's going to count this down, 2, 1, 0, etc. Okay, I'm going to do it because I can keep this assignment around, and then as people come in, they can submit something and we can check its originality and see the reports. So I don't care that I'm going to use up 1 for this test class. Plus, it's a test class. My student account, my LT test account, and I'm leaving it minimized so you can see the Windows background, so you know when I'm in the student version and when I'm in the teacher version. So here is that assignment I posted just a few minutes ago as the teacher. And so I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to say View Assignment. So you'll see I have my rubric here, which I can expand and see the things. I also have my 2 assignments that I'm getting ready to submit as a student. What I did is I clicked Run here on Originality Reports, and it ran the report on both of these 2 assignments. If I click underneath the first one, which is an original assignment, we can see that there is no percentage of this particular thing that's plagiarized, and there are 4 cited or quoted passages, which if I turn this on, it will take me down here, and it will show me when I click on any one of these where that information has been cited from on the web. Okay, so that's an assignment that's done correctly. If I click on this plagiarized document, Originality Report right here, you'll see quite a different view. You'll see that it has 4 flagged passages, and if I click on this little percentage thing here, you'll see that 79% of my content, it says, has been directly copied from the web. In this case, it was actually 100%, but it's saying 79% of it is flagged content and 19% of it is properly cited. If it is, it's only because the sites I took it from cited it with the footnote, etc. Okay, so if I come up here to my flagged content and I click on any piece of it, it'll show me my passage, and it'll show me the web match, and it'll show you where it came from. So as a student, and then I can advance to the next passage and the next passage, seeing all of that information of where it comes from. Okay, your overview of it will also show you the sources that your cited material, your non-cited material has come from. Okay, you can also turn on the quoted ones and it will show you those separately. Okay, it does say it's cited though because I put the footnote there, so it's a little workaround for students. That's the student view. Right, I wanted to show you how Google Classroom works on the teacher side when you have it. So here's the assignment, and it's got 2 attached. It's been turned in by the student. So I click on that, and it brings me over here to the assignment. You'll see that there's 2 files that have been submitted. One has no flagged passages, so as a teacher, I know that that's pretty good shot. They didn't copy anything from the web. Doesn't mean they didn't crib it from other sources, but then I have the document that I showed you on the student side that I clearly plagiarized, and it says there's 4 flagged passages. So I can click on this, and what it will do is it'll take me into the document with the Originality Report, where it shows me there's 4 flagged passages and 3 cited quotes. I click on the percentage and see the percentage. I can click on one of those passages and see where it came from. So if I wanted to go explore that site and see a little bit more about where they took it from, I can. So on the teacher side, you have access to those Originality Reports by these little blue links that are right underneath the submitted work on the student grading view. Okay, don't forget you have all of your other grading tools here, including the rubric, the 2 files that were submitted, and your ability to make comments and use your comment bank. Right? You do have a little learn more button here on how this feature works from a teacher and a student perspective, but I did put together 2 bit.ly links for you to get quickly to those information. And I'll put these up on the screen in much bigger letters in the video. So it's bit.ly/shen Google Classroom Originality Report, GCOR, and that'll give you the teacher page from Google that tells you how to turn on Originality Reports when you create an assignment after receiving student work, and all of the questions you would have about it. Then I also created a bit.ly link for your students, bit.ly/shen-gcorstu, which has the instructions for, as a student, how they can run the report. So one of the neat features of this is not only can you as a teacher get the Originality Report for the work the student submitted on how original it is, how much of it's been cribbed from the web, but the students can also run it 3 times before they submit the assignment to you so that they can see how they're doing with that Originality Report. And it'll help them know when they should credit authors for their work in their report. Okay, so that's the new feature in Google called the Originality Reports. As you learn more about it, please either leave me feedback on the YouTube video or send me an email and let me know how it's working for you and things that we need to know as an institution about it. Thanks.